Hey guys, I am back again for another toy review. It might not be something Mattel Jurassic related, considering that I'm taking a break from that already. And it might not be anything Jurassic Park related, except on a certain topic. If anybody remembers the Lost World Jurassic Park arcade game, you would remember that the Deinosuchus made his appearance in that. And that's one of many reasons why I'm doing this particular video. The second reasoning, obvious, because I hinted this on a community post. And the third reasoning is that basically I still have the drive to make another toy movie right after the Island of the Demon Rex, which, by the way, part 4 is coming out very soon on the 22nd. By the time this recording is already finished by now, it has yet to come out, but yeah, it's coming quite soon. Anyway, now let's go ahead and talk about what I have to take a look at, which is, of course, the top race remote controlled crocodile. And yes, that picture is basically the same as the community post, because this is literally that same iconic looking image of the Deinosuchus coming out of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it's on this package of this particular top race product. Now, I have no idea what the year of this particular product was made in, so I don't even know. The only thing I do know is that I've seen pictures and videos of this particular crocodile toy that piqued my interest, that I will be using this for a potential toy movie that I'm already writing. I'm already writing the script for this next toy movie featuring what could be called the Deinosuchus, or at least the working title for this movie is just called Deinosuchus Amok. But yeah, enough for that right now. Let's go and take a look at this particular figure right here, or this particular toy. So you get the top race logo right here, remote control crocodile, the image of the Deinosuchus getting to munch down on the Tyrannosaurus, possibly. Then the remote control right there. The overall aesthetic looks pretty nice. It's basically very simple and effective. It could have had a window showing off the toy itself, but then again, this is an obvious box that also has a little bit of a carrying compartment here. It's made out of cardboard with a handle to it. But yeah, they've got that. You got the RC walking, head swinging action demonstrations of dinosaur sounds and lighting. Of course, at the bottom, there's really nothing much interesting on there. There's the battery compartment instructions right there. On this side, it's just basically the assembly, which is the tail assembly and the on and off switch. On this side is just more demonstrations of what the action features could do with this crocodile. And at the back, basically just shows off what the crocodile actually looks like, which basically lights up red and blue in the mouth. It looks like a pretty simple sculpt, and it actually does look true to how the figure actually does look. But then again, the actual figure itself does look better than this actual picture. I mean, a simple and effective package, nothing else special to go over, just a simple box that you can carry. And again, I have no idea when the heck this figure was made, so I'm just got to guesstimate that this was probably around the 2010s or something. But enough for rambling of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure, because I already assembled it. So here is this big crocodile right here. It's right in front of the Demon Rex and Sunny over there. And as you see, it's just really big. And there's the controller right here. But yeah, right off the bat, I really love the way this figure looks. But yeah, this particular crocodile is really, really cool looking, and it's just quite the right size for me to getting to making this next toy movie. And also, it's just fitting for me that I finally got this, and I can't wait to take a look at it even closer how this particular creature looks. Also, it just looks kind of nice in this lighting over here. It's like it's just kind of darkly lit a little bit. It just looks very, very nice. Overall, I have to straight up say that the paint job on this figure, it's very simple and effective. That's all I gotta really say about it. It's like it's got a very dark, like blackish green, I guess, looking color. Because the underside is all like a green right here. Like it has this yellowish green over here on the underside. Already just showing on the other side how the paint job is. We're just going over the paint first, because the paint job otherwise is very simple, nothing too much to go over. It's got some black highlights, like some very dark highlights over here that are airbrushed in on the top right there. You can see it right there. Go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt. Now this is the head sculpt of the supposed Deinosuchus, but it's just a remote controlled crocodile. The overall structure, it would seem to look like a crocodile or an alligator, depending on how you view it. It does look a little like a alligator, but it's more of a crocodile. But again, I could definitely see this being a Deinosuchus as a substitute Deinosuchus, mind you. And it does look pretty nice for how it looks. It's a very simple looking toy. Doesn't really have too much detail. I mean, it has the texturing of a crocodile in terms of the skin. It does look pretty nice. It's got this very cheap, hollow, but yet sort of durable kind of plastic going on. The eye is also painted right here, like the way the eye is painted. It's painted pretty nicely, and it's got a little bit of a metallic sheen to it. I mean, it's got that familiar like Jurassic Park Velociraptor paint scheme from Mattel. You know, like the some of the Jurassic Park raptors from the first movie from Mattel. Like so, some of those raptors that had those green eyes that got that little bit of metallic look to it. That's basically what that's reminding me of. Though on this side, I did show earlier is like the eye is like pointed upward, the pupils pointed upward, making sure it looks like it's looking upward. And the other side looks a lot better. So it's a little bit of a derpy crocodile if you want to try to look at the front. But at the same time, the sculpting of it, even though it's supposed to be a simple toy, it's very, very cool looking. And the mouth, though the details is not really there as much, it's not really painted in, it's just basically all like separate pieces glued and screwed together. And it's supposed to be matching up for the lighting action that the crocodile actually has once you mess around with the RC controls. And looking over the sculpt overall, now this is the one thing I also really like about this. Despite it being very simple and almost cheaply made, it's also very like hefty, and it's also nicely sculpted. It's got some nice scaling detailing all around the whole sculpt. It's just the detail definitely pops up right there, as you can see. Like just going over it just looks really, really good, as it should for a crocodile toy this scale. The tail is not long, but it makes up for this loose, like articulated tail right here to simulate that the crocodile's tail is moving while it's being controlled with a remote. So again, it does look really nice. It's also nicely sculpted too. It's got the nice detailing. I mean, again, it's just that looked really nice overall. And also, I had to talk about the legs too. Let's talk about the legs or the feet of the croc, because again, it's not very well sculpted. It's just it wasn't really meant to be well sculpted as far as I'm concerned, but it looks pretty nice. It's painted nicely as far as I'm concerned. Like that's how it looks. It's a little webbed up and all that. It doesn't really look that good, but I don't really care much as long as the crocodile toy actually looks good from the face, and it does. And overall size, again, like I said, this size, it works so well, because I was on a search for like the perfect like crocodile toy to look for. And since Mattel has not yet made a single Deinosuchus yet or anything, they've only made 2 crocodilian figures in their prehistoric lineup, but they have yet to make a Deinosuchus. And it's been featured in the Lost World Jurassic Park arcade game. So I'm left wondering, when's the time we're ever going to get a Deinosuchus? Or when we'll ever get to see a Deinosuchus in anything when it comes to Jurassic other than that arcade game? Because a part of me really wants to kind of see this dinosaur show up, or not dinosaur, this particular creature show up in Jurassic World Rebirth. But I have a feeling it might not be showing up, because I do not want to get my hopes up like most of these other Jurassic Park fans have been doing so, because it's been working for me quite well. But yeah, the whole sculpt and paint job and everything, like for a simple toy that's supposed to be just some RC action feature thing, it's just very, very cool looking. Like I can't help but really adore the way this crocodile looks. And this isn't even the only one I bought, because I got a little bit more to show, because later on in the video I'm going to be showing off my small collection of crocodile figures I have so far. It's just that this is definitely my best one that I ever got since the Sarcosuchus. Let's go ahead and try out the action features. Let's see if I have the switch on. Nope, the switch was off. Anyway, now we can go over the action features. So of course we got the remote right here, but before we even mess around with the remote, there's a button right here. You turn that on. The lights are going off in the mouth, even though that's practically weird and impossible for a crocodile to... Okay, the crocodile at least has a point. It tells me to shut up and try not to think about too much logic. Anyway, so that was perfect timing. Anyway, so here's the remote right here. Let's go ahead and make sure if it walks properly. This thing does that very often. So of course, here's the action feature of it going forward. It works very well. And this button here goes backwards. And it stops. And then you can just do it how you want it, however you want to do it. And then it stops right there. It can also stop in additional times, but yeah, I have it stopped right there. And also the mouth itself, like the jaw that it opens up, it's obviously activated while, like, you can get it to stay like this while it's in a paused position. But of course, you can obviously close it just by fiddling around with it a lot more. But again, like I said, this crocodile toy is very, very cool. I can't help it. It's so great, and this will go so good for the toy movie that comes up. I actually have a crocodile where I don't have to do most of the work by moving it with my hands, unless I have to move it with my hands for a faster pace. But really, it's actually walking on its own, and that's something that is really, really cool. Moving this on downward for some size comparison. So first, right off the bat, is the Sarcosuchus from Jurassic World, Primal Attack from Mattel. And as you can see, the size of the Sarcosuchus has been dwarfed. Just overall width, like you can just straight up say that this would be a bulky crocodile figure. It's perfectly scaled up with most of Mattel figures, but this Deinosuchus right here, or at least I'm calling it Deinosuchus. It could just be any crocodile, but this is just my substitute Deinosuchus for now. And already, it just dwarfed the Sarcosuchus. Mattel, please make a Deinosuchus, because I would like to see if this would dwarf this creature over here or just be at the same size as the Sarcosuchus. I don't know. I expect it to be as big as that one. Also, here's another crocodile toy I actually had and actually used for Island of the Demon Rex Part 4. Yes, this is actually going to show up in Island of the Demon Rex Part 4. Now, that's all I will say for that. Anyway, I mean, this crocodile toy right here is from Chat May, which I thought I was going to have some use of this particular toy for a future crocodile toy movie that I would make. But judging from the size and the overall proportions, the head sculpt, and the faulty jaw action feature, because it doesn't really want to work properly, there's a button you press right here on the side. It's supposed to work properly, but the mouth is sort of crooked. It's kind of broken, so it can't really do it as much. So it's very faulty, and it was actually extremely hard to work with, to be honest. The proportions in this crocodile is awkward. I mean, this is supposed to be Chatmate usually does like a really fun, good job on certain figures that I always pick up, especially with their dinosaurs and their sharks. But this is like the one crocodile toy I picked up from the Chatmate toy line that didn't really succeed with me. It was definitely very hard to work with. I guess because I picked up a faulty model, but even then, it's still disappointing because the crocodile looks a little too weird in my personal opinion. And yeah, that's basically it for that. I just had to point that out. And the other crocodiles I had, which are some smaller ones, here's the Shalike 2007 crocodile and some bootlegs that I use for the Island of the Demon Rex as well, which can be seen in parts 2 and 3 of the movie. Now, again, normal sized crocodiles definitely do not match up in scale against this Deinosuchus. So yeah, also I had this for quite a long time. I still have this. It's nostalgic, and I kept it for so long. This is a 2007 model. Again, kept it for so long, and it's funny that I own bootlegs that are smaller, and it happened to be black with red eyes. But yeah, that's it for these. And then last but not least, I have another big crocodile that I want to compare, and I'll just have to move this up front. Actually, no, let's just move this back. This is the Discovery Channel version, the Discovery Channel 2019 RC alligator, or at least it's supposed to be called an alligator. But yeah, this is basically another big crocodile that I went to look for to try to find the perfect candidate for the next movie that I may make that will feature the Deinosuchus. And of course, they're both the same size, but one of them is obviously a lot longer in terms of its width, I guess. I mean, one of them is a lot more wider. Like, let's see the scaling. You can see how they look. I choose this one mostly because I really like the way this one looks. In terms of proportion and overall look, it definitely looks better. This one looks a bit goofier. I might not be able to use it as much when it comes to Jurassic spin-off films that I might make, because again, this is perfect for a Deinosuchus. This might as well be perfect for a mutated crocodile or a mutated alligator. Probably might be perfect for Alligator 2, The Mutation or something, because I did see that movie. I was quite glad I finally did get to see it after watching the first Alligator movie. Yeah, I was basically on a binge watching a bunch of B creature films, particularly alligator and crocodile films that I hadn't watched in a long while, and finally got to watching them, and that's another one of the reasons why I made this video. Yeah, when it comes to this alligator right here, it's a nicely sculpted toy. Definitely has a lot more sculpt work done than that one, but at the same time, its cartoonish looking design and all that stuff kind of detracts from how this one looks. I mean, this one's got a bit of a cartoonish looking design, but it's a little bit more proportionate, and again, it's got a better head. Oh yeah, not to mention, this one has an action feature that's obviously similar. It's a remote controlled crocodile, but the mouth only lights up red along with the eyes. And I actually had to borrow a few batteries from this just to make sure that this crocodile would be more functional. This is functional, but I don't have the remote for it, so that's unfortunate. But right now I'll stick to this one, and that's okay with me. Alrighty, so that's going to be it for this top race remote controlled crocodile, or as I like to call it, the remote controlled Deinosuchus. This toy is fun. That's all I can really say. It's a fun, nicely detailed, but not so like hyper detailed sculpt. It's just an overall very, very cool looking toy. And even if it might not be very easy to find, I did find this on eBay because on Amazon, it's out of stock. I had to find this from a video review that was already posted like a year ago at the time of this recording. That crocodile toy was actually out of stock on Amazon. I thought for sure it would have been on Amazon, but then again, it's already gone. But there's at least, I guess, one still hanging out on eBay somewhere if someone would be able to get their hands on it, if they ever feel inspired to make a movie out of this. But let's just be real, I'm so excited to film this next toy movie with this crocodile, and I'm just very happy that I finally own this. Even if Mattel has not made a Deinosuchus yet, I'm still waiting on the time being, and I'll stick with this one for now. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. On to the Demon Rex Part 4, the finale, will appear on November 22nd, very soon. That's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will be seeing you guys later.